2026 is here. Are you ready? Before you plan your marketing, your buys, and what you're going to do with your people, watch this first. 2026 is not about trends. It's about clarity. Stay tuned. Hey there, Nicole Sims here. If you're new to my channel, welcome. If you're here before, welcome back and Happy New Year to all. 2026 is here. And I want to give you guys some really good strategic steps on how you can really make it the best. If you don't know by now, I am a retail growth strategist and I help retail and fashion brands grow, scale, and get to the next level in profit and sales with visual merchandising, marketing, and sales strategy. I've worked with top brands like Nike, Under Armour, Forever 21, Porsche Design, Spanx, and so many more. And I use those same ideas, tips, techniques, and strategies to help brands like you. So today I'm going to talk about the 4 things you need to really concentrate on to really make sure 2026 starts off and continues to go well. So number 1, we're going to talk about rely on what happened last year to plan for this year. Don't just hope and pray. Use last year's results to make greater plans and decisions. 2, get your stores back to standard. This is something that large brands do all the time. We get our stores back to standard. January is a time for brands to start cleaning up, getting back to the basics. That's online and off. 3, reevaluate your people. This is also something that big brands do. We reevaluate our staff, who worked out, who didn't work out, and make some really good, tough decisions for the business. And then 4, learn what you did well last year and then build on it for even more success for this year. All right, so be ready to have a great plan for 2026. Stay tuned. Okay, so point number 1 is using last year's data to make decisions for this year. This is something that I did when I was a regional visual coordinator, what all brands do. They take January to reflect what worked, what didn't work, a lot of office time this time of year. You need to do the same. So you need to know, what did you sit on last year? What just sat there you thought was going to be really, really great, but turned out to be a dog? Make sure you do not buy anything like that this year. But on the opposite side, what were you always selling out of? What were you always reordering? What were you constantly, oh my gosh, people really like this. Make sure you have more on hand this year and make sure you temper that so you make sure you don't have any outs to upset your customers and to capture those sales. You also make sure what promotions worked. What worked last year? What didn't work last year? What time of year worked for you? Just make sure that you're looking at what worked for you and not what the industry tells you what should work. So what worked for you this year? Was it spring? Was it summer? Was it 25% off? Was it Mother's Day weekend? Was it Father's Day weekend? What were the times of year that promotions were for you? And how much did you use a promotion to make sure that you actually continue that and plan for that this year to go even stronger? And then you would also want to look at what visuals do you want to do. So what visual things worked last year? Did you have a certain floor set? You had a certain window set that just blew everybody in your store? Or did you have a window set and no one really walked in or really took notice of the things that were on there? If you had a really nice wall presentation and you constantly kept refilling over and over again, why was that concept really good? Why did that face out work? Or why was that table always being refilled? Those are the things you need to look at now to make greater choices for this year. And also, you want to look at, were you selling out of mediums all the time? Or were you selling out of certain colors all the time? Make sure you have the sizes that you need as well as the colors that you need for your people. Then also make sure that your pricing. So you do have higher pricing, lower pricing. What things sold that weren't really a high discount but still had a nice margin to them? The most things sold that only were lower margin that had to be really, really deeply discounted. Those are things you don't want. But the things that you only have to do a small discount and they still moved, those are the things you do want. And then going also on the visuals, this also helps you plan your visual merchandising for quarter 1 and quarter 2 and beyond, because now you know what worked last year, what were people looking at, what kind of setups worked in my store, what didn't work in my store and online, what homepages worked, what groupings worked, what carousels worked, what things worked on my sales page, what my you might also like pages, what are the things that people were adding on at the end of checkout. Those are things you also want to look at on your online store to continue that going forward. If you don't know what worked last year, you're just guessing. You're just thinking what you think people are telling you, what the trends are telling you, what social media is telling you. But if you have real actionable data, you could actually increase your sales and have a better profit than you ever thought possible. Okay, point number 2 is getting your stores online and off back to standard. This is really big in the large brand industry. When I was a regional visual coordinator, this is one thing I would do. I spent a lot of time the first part of the month getting things back together, getting things on point, and looking at the numbers like I just told you in point number 1. Then the second part of it is getting into the stores, digging in and getting these stores back to standard, getting them cleaned up. A lot of things get crazy in the holidays. All you care about is getting it out, getting it sold, getting on the floor, making those sales, and that's what it is in December. But now January, you have to go back, like, hey, let's regroup, let's pull things back a little bit, and let's start cleaning house. And exactly what it sounds like, cleaning house. Clean up your back rooms, clean up your floors, clean up your fixtures, clean everything down, your windows. Everything needs to be clean. Step back from a customer point of view. Where's the clutter? Where's the unorganization? Where's the disorganization? Where's everything going on that looks a little bit too chaotic? That's where you want to go first. Clean up your back rooms. Make sure your back rooms are purged and clean. Get all the old stuff out of there. Get it on the floor. Make sure you're talking about it on social media. You're talking about it online. You're on your website. You're getting rid of the old product, doing your clearance sales. Get everything fresh and new out of it. Get everything old to get everything ready for the fresh and new. Then you want to make sure you go over with your staff the standards. Go back to how do we fold? How do we steam everything? How do we make sure we hang everything correctly? How to make sure that we do our process to our company standards. You want to make sure you're getting everybody back on page because, again, December's all about getting it out, getting sales, making those profits. But January needs to be about reflection, calming things down, slowing things down. And then online, same thing. You want to check out your links, check out your product pages. You want to clean up everything up. Again, having that clearance sale, making sure that your home pages are now more simple, more clean, more focused on, hey, we're getting ready for our new season coming up. Hey, we have these sales going on, and just making sure it's a nice, clean communication instead of all the chaotic of the holidays. All right. So this is the time for you to take a breath, slow down, and then really get back to what makes you, you. New initiatives fail and new product lines fail because you haven't made sure the foundation was clean. You want to make sure that you have everything great and your foundation is sound before you start a new launch, have a new floor set, or have a new product line. Okay, point number 3, reevaluate your people. This is huge, all right? Because if you don't know about hiring and talking with your people, I have a video that I had before that talks about how to have the right people and right staff. You want to refer to that if you want to just kind of review what you'll be looking for in great staff members. But this is time of year where you might have to, it kind of sounds kind of cruel, but trim the fat a little bit. Did you overhire? Did you put people in roles that they didn't really need to have? You have roles that really didn't need to be filled. Step back and look and make sure you have the right people doing the right things. And then also, there's a superstar you have on your team. Every company has it. Every organization has that one person who can do the roles of 15 people. And you kind of rely on them a little bit too heavily. Did you do that this year? Did you have a superstar? Did you have them do way too much? Taking over people's slack, where they overworked and really felt the pressure of the holidays, but they handled it with stride on the outside. Take that superstar, put them aside, and be like, hey, how are you? Check with them because you don't want to lose them. This is one of the key reasons why you have turnovers in really good companies is because you have people who are overworked and underappreciated, or they don't feel appreciated, even though you might appreciate them. You love that they're there, but you never told them. You never took the time to really appreciate them and acknowledge their role for you and how you role in your success. Take that superstar aside, like, hey, how you doing? Check in. How can we help you? How can we make your time here even better, more valuable, see what their goals are, and really sit them down to really know you acknowledge them and you want them to stay on. And then look at how you can help them. Is it more training? Do they see future with your company, with your business? What do they want to do? Okay, so make sure you keep those key partners. That's the one thing that turnover happens in retail, is that people are overworked and unappreciated and underpaid. So look at the payment that you're really doing what you can do and really make sure those superstars are taken care of. And then look at people who weren't superstars or even there, who really end up draining your payroll instead of adding your payroll. This is time to have that hard conversation. Like, hey, Unless you already knew that they were going to be temporary for seasonal, if you hired them to be something semi-permanent and it didn't work out, you haven't had the hard conversation. You have to let them go. All right, you have to make sure that you trim the fat, as we say in the industry, and make sure you're leaner and stronger, but you're keeping the people that actually add revenue to your business. Then also look at the roles you have. Maybe you have 10 salespeople, you only need 7. Maybe you have 10 salespeople, but maybe 3 of those should be stock, or maybe one of them should be concentrating on just basically the cash register, concentrating on visuals. Maybe you need to rearrange the roles in your business to make sure that they're actually adding to your inventory, adding to your revenue, and adding to the overall success of your business. Good people in the wrong roles can still slow your growth and hurt you more than they help. Okay, last point, number 4, how to use the trends best for you and not just rely solely on trends. Okay, so you want to use trends as a layering within what already works for you, not to reinvent yourself over and over and over again. Okay, so every single year in fashion there's a new color, there's a new silhouette, there's a new fabric that's hot and for the season. And as a fashion brand, you should be on the trends and understand them and know them. But the key to make you successful is what to use, which trends, and how to use them with you already with your core. So point number 1 is so important, because you got to know what works for you. And then once you understand that, that's your foundation to how to bring those trends in on what works. So for example, mini dresses are going to be really, really hot this spring, but your customer likes maxi and midi dresses mostly, all right? But you want to stay fresh, you want to stay current, so you're going to have to layer in a couple of mini dresses. Maybe you use the mini dresses in the color palette that really inspires and really connects with your customer. Maybe they'll be drawn to, but you don't want to get away from your midi. You want to get away from your maxi dresses, because that's what really drew your sales last year. That's how you do it. You use the color palettes that work for you. If there's 15 different colors this season, but only 5 of what your customer is going to appeal to, that's what you want to hold on to. Don't use all 15. Take the 5 that you know your customers will be drawn to and put those into your collection. That's what you do, all right? Also, you want to use your visual merchandising as what actually your customers actually responded to last year. So there could be different visual merchandising trends, different strategies going on, but what did your customers already tell you by their sales and their pocketbooks of what they already like? That's what you use. That's what you go forward with, okay? So you want to use what you actually know worked, and then maybe you do some refreshing table merchandising or refreshing on a mannequin or your walls, maybe do little tweaks here and there, but you use the visual merchandising strategies that already worked. So the thing that's key for brands that are successful, they don't keep reinventing themselves over and over again. They evolve by getting new and fresh to what works with them now, and then actually makes them actually future-proof going forward. Trends should support your success, not distract from it. Okay, that's it. Those are your 4 keys and 4 points of how you can have your best 2026 and start the year off correctly. So let's recap. Number 1, you want to know what you did last year and build off of that. Number 2, you want to get back to standard online and off. Number 3, you want to reevaluate your people and really take care of those stars. And number 4, you want to use trends as a layering with what you know already works for you. All right. So this is a way you don't have to worry about guessing and what's going to work, what's not going to work. You have a clear plan on how you can do it. You don't have any guesswork. You have really good actionable data to make really good decisions. And you always need help with that, right? That's what I'm here for help. So I have a few tools. If you look link below, I have my 12-month visual merchandising plan. You can start right now. Once you get your LY information, once you understand what visuals work, you can use this 12-month planner to plan out your quarters, your months, track your KPIs, and really understand where you need to go and really have a really nice blueprint for you and your people. Also, I'm doing something special this month. I'm doing 30% off of my 2-hour Grow Your Business Intensive. This is an intensive that happens for you 2 hours, but I do a lot of work on my end, and I really will give you a game plan to knock it out the park this year. It's basically a month worth of coaching that you get in 2 hours, and so I'm giving 30% off just for my audience. So the link will be below. Sign up for that. Sign up for and get your 12-month planner, and I'll see you on the next time. And again, like, subscribe, share it with a business bestie, and have a great 2026. See you next time. Bye.